I'm ready, you're ready, we're all ready, let's go. Okay, so today we're going to do, we're going to plug through about 5 or 6 different tutorials. Not on this website, this is my YouTube site, let's see. Where am I getting these tutorials from? You might be curious. In the spring 2013, in iOS application development, in example projects, way down towards the bottom, we're going to start in with, we did moving ball, image touch. We have animation. Can we keep it down in the back? Hello? Okay. We got animation, audio, drag and drop, master view, pop over, segmentation views. These are all small, simple, easy ones, but they're very powerful actually, because now we're putting the pieces together. Shows you different ways to design your app, essentially, in different ways and different features. One of them, the master detail view, is a multiple view application. So is the one that says segmented views. It's another multi-view application. For those of you who are concerned, one of the assignments, I believe it's number 5 or 6 that somebody asked me about. I can go ahead and look at the assignment. Actually, let me just go ahead and do that right now. Take a few minutes, take a look at the assignment. I believe it's number 5. It says something about a multi-view or something. Let me just take a look here real quick. If you're working on these assignments, some people have asked, what's a multi-view? Now let's see, what are they asking? Oops, I think, let's just make this a little bit bigger. Actually, here, let's just do it this way. Open it with preview. Content only, now I'll make it a little bit bigger. Multi-view, a little bit bigger. Move this over a little bit. Make this a little bit bigger. Okay. Create a program that involves multiple views. We're going to look at 2 of them today. And I'm going to explain what multiple views are as we see it. The main window should contain a grid of subviews, which can animate or flip around to reveal the front or back view. Well, the front and back view are the views that are stacked. In fact, let's do the view first. We won't do drag and drop first. We'll do the view one first. And you'll see what I'm talking about. These are different views that we're going to stick inside of one main application. The front and the back views should be contained in a container view. So we're going to stick them inside of a view. And then that sits on top of the root view. And you can use any theme you want to create any type of program that you want, as long as it uses multiple views. So remember, multiple views. This is your opportunity to design and implement your own iPhone program, blah, 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 that shows multiple views, yada, yada. Okay, so I'm going to create, let's do that one first. It's the one I didn't want to do. I shouldn't say didn't want to do. It's, I have 2 of them that have to deal with views. It's not as fun as some of the other ones. This one's called Segmented Control Tutorial. What the finished product looks like, in fact, let me show you the finished product. The finished product here is a view that has a bunch of subviews, and it's using a segmented control. So let me demo what it looks like. Now, of course, I threw this together this afternoon because I wanted to see if it still works, because it's a very old tutorial. And I mislabeled my views. So, my bad. When I run it, view 1 is going to say view 2, view 2 is going to be view 3, view 3 is going to be 1 or something. I don't know. It's going to be in the wrong order, but let's see what happens. I could easily fix this, but I was too lazy and I was running out of time, so I just was trying to demonstrate that it actually worked, because I didn't have solutions for some of these and I had to put them together. So this is the controller we're going to work with today. It's called the segment, and we'll see how that works actually today. Now, because it here says this is view 3. Well, it's really supposed to be view 1. Here's the second view. Here's the third view. But this is the view 1. This is view 2. This is view 3. So I just take my labels off and it would fix my problem actually. But these are different views, and on the different views I'm switching back and forth between the different views. This one is on top, this one's underneath it, and that one's underneath that one. They're layered inside of a view. The main view. See this down here? This is part of the main view. These views are shorter, and they're stacked one on top of each other inside of this view. And I'm switching between the views. using this controller, the segmented controller here. That's what you're doing. And this is one thing. You don't have to use this one. You can use something else. You could do something totally different with it if you wanted to. But you want to have multiple views that are inside of a main view, a root view that's being controlled. So let's build this, and we'll see what's involved with the multiple views, and you'll see why this is kind of a challenging application to build, and why I didn't go back and fix it. I'm going to say, oh, drag and drop's next. We'll do drag and drop next. But we're doing this one down here. It's called IP segmented. All right, so segmented control. So let's see, the theme of this is actually to demo the segmented control. It just happens to have the multiple views, and there's a side effect. Gives you a way to choose between 2 or more options. You can make as many options as you want. We're going to see that in a few minutes. Much like a group of radio buttons that work together. So that when the selection is changed, the value is going to be changed in the event control. So just like a button on the change, we're going to pick up what happened with that, and then we're going to load another view in our case. So every time the selection is changed, the value changed event of the control fires, and it responds to each one of the events with an action. So in this tutorial here, we're going to respond to the event by changing the visibility of the subviews in the main view. Okay. So let's go ahead and make this iPhone application. Some of them today we're going to want to make as an iPad application, by the way, because we're going to want to see master view and detail view, which is going to be hopefully the next one I'm going to go to. I do want to do drag and drop, though, because that's a fun one, but we're going to get there. The night is still young. So, all right, so let's go ahead and start by creating a new Xcode project, a single view application, and you can actually use this if you want as a basis for your 5th assignment, because if you're here today and doing this, then this is a great start. Just change the theme around a little bit. You can see you can put pictures and stuff on the views and change the navigation if you want, but you don't have to do very much to it. But anyway, let's go ahead and open it up. So I'm going to find Xcode here. I moved it around too much. I keep moving these my dock.
How is this segmented view different from tab?
Oh, because it's not made with a tab view controller. It's made with a single view controller. And we're going to drag and drop a segmented controller on there. And we're going to manually put views on there. And it's not a controller. It's a GUI item. It's a widget controller.
How do you identify view 1, view 2?
Oh, we're getting there. That's why we're doing this tutorial. Okay. We're going to see how this is done right now. Single view application. Next, I'm going to call this one Happy Views. Happy Views. And use automatic reference counting. I'm going to do it for the iPhone because it's a little bit easier abstraction-wise to look at it. Hit on the next button, go ahead and create the application. Open it up. And click on the XIB file to get ready to start adding some stuff to it. Now, by default, if you click on this little guy down here, you see we have a view. This is what they call the root view. The root view here is inside of the window. I'm going to change the window size to 3.5 because I like that smaller one. So in order to tell the difference between all these different views, I'm going to put a color on it. I'm going to leave this one like I did in my example. I'm going to leave it this color. If I wanted to right now, I could drag and drop and stick stuff on here. I have a view to work with that's in the window. That's my root view. Just keep that in mind. Then you'll understand what the assignment means a lot more. So let's see. In the view controller XIB, drag 3 more UI views to the main view and set the size for each one of them in the size inspector as these dimensions right here. So let me show you what I'm talking about. What I'm going to do though, when I drag them over, I'm going to put something on them so I can tell them apart. Here's the problem with the views, especially when you make them all the same size. That's how I messed them up when I quickly did that thing together. I was like, I got the wrong label on the wrong view. Or I can maybe just not put any labels on them at all. Probably been better luck. And I'm going to wire them separately so I can tell which one is which instead of doing them all together. Otherwise I'm going to forget because I'm going to put one on top of the other. So watch how this is done and then go have at it yourself. I'm going to put on here UI view. I'm putting this view, I'm putting another view on top of it. If I drag and put it in, it's going to fill up the whole space. I'm just going to do that right now. See, now I have a view inside of the view. I could switch to view and move it out, but that's my outer root container. So I'm going to put 3 of them in here. But I'm going to put them in one at a time, drag them, wire them, so that way I don't lose them. So this one, I'm going to try and take this strategy here to see if this works a little bit better. So in the attribute inspector, I see the background's white. So I'm going to change my first background to green. Keep in mind, I still have a view underneath it. In fact, I can move this view here. Not easily, though. This is why I like the mouse. Not easily. There we go. I can see I can still have that. I still have the kind of the grayish background underneath it, tan background. Now I got it filled in there correctly. I'm going to go ahead and change. I'm going to change the size on it, so don't worry about that at this point. I just changed the background color, and I'm going to put a label on this one. And put this label. I'm going to call this one my green view. Can't go wrong with that. I'm going to use colors this time. This is the green view. So I could put anything I wanted, buttons, everything can go on this thing. And there's no limit what you can do with this. Okay. Now I'm going to go over and change the, let me find my PDF file here. Let's see if I can put this on top of here and remember. Here, I'll go like this with it. The dimensions on this I want to make, and I'm going to click on this guy here. So we're in the attribute inspector right now, by the way. We're going to go down here into the size inspector, which is going to have us change the size. Make sure you're clicked on the green view when you're doing this, or whatever view we have. And up here where it says 160 by 160, I believe, is it's the X value. It's going to match already, but I want to go 188 over here, so I'm going to go 188 for the Y. Oops, there goes my green view. I'm going to push it down now. And then 320. Oops, that's what happened. I needed to go 188. Am I changing it for the label? You're right. So as I mentioned before, make sure you click on the view. Okay, there we go. 320 is looking good. I want to raise it up a little bit. I don't want it on the bottom because I'm going to put a controller on the outside view. So I'm going to go 376 on this guy. If I look at it, now you can see it's raised up a little bit. So I'm going to call this sucker green view. Yeah?
Do you click on the outside of the frame, or do you click on the view?
You have to have the little white boxes coming around it like that.
Mine it won't allow me to change the size.
Hold on a second. Let me pause this for a second. So I'm going to go back to the library and stick another view on here. So when I drag it over here, it doesn't really matter. Oops, let me move this around here. It doesn't really matter what happens to it because I can always move it. So now I can see what I've done here is I've stuck the view inside of the view inside of the view, but I don't like that, so I'm going to drag it out this way. And if this isn't open for you, open it up on the side. There's a little button way down here on the bottom that you can open it up with. And I can make this view smaller because this view had a label on it. I can see that. Now this view here, I can go ahead and change the properties of it, drag a label on it, do something like that. If I want to, in fact, I'm going to need to do this with view 2 and view 3. I want to hide them initially. So I could click on here to find the view I want, which is the green view. This is the green view right here. Go over to the properties, because now I know I'm on the green view. Go up to the, actually I'm on it right now, the attribute inspector, and click on this hidden right here. It doesn't take it away from the view, but it makes it look funny. It makes it look transparent, actually. So this one is now hidden. And if I go back to this view here, which is the new view, see now I find this to be awkward. So I'm going to change the, this green view is underneath it. This view here, see, I think that's the outer view. That's the new view. The new view I put in was smaller than the other view. So now I'm going to grab another label. I'm going to stick it on this view here. I'm going to call this one the red view. Red view. And I'm going to change the dimensions of my red view. If I look in here, I can see this label says green view. This label here says red view. So I'm hopefully going to keep the track of it this way using those labels. Kind of a cheat sheet method. So I'm going to click back on the size. Change it to 160 by 188 again. And change 320 by, let's see, 320 by 376. And 160 by 188 to 320 by 376. And now I'm going to wonder what happened here. Why is this not working right? Did I change the label? Well, I'm just going to drag it. I don't want that one. I want this one. See, we could do this technique here. Drag them. So now I put that one inside of that one, but I don't want that one in that one. I want it in that one. This has got to be the absolute worst. I'm not kidding. Yeah. No, if you hide it, it doesn't make it so it's not selectable.
If you select the view, selecting the view, automatically
Yeah.
brings that up.
Yeah, it does. It puts it underneath. But the problem is I was trying to manually, because when I put the numbers in, it didn't. I just want to make sure. See, now I have the view nested incorrectly. So I'm going to take the view out. I'll get my views to work eventually here. But see, if I change the measurement here, I'm on 160, 188. So here we go, 188. They should be the same size, 320 by 376. Ah, there we go. But see, I still have one overlapping the other one. So let me click. Maybe I changed this one. 180. Oh, what should be 160? Let's see, 160. Okay, now we got it. Okay, so make sure they're all the same size so they're all overlapping with each other. So now I think I'm on the red view. So I'm going to change, no, this is the green view. So let's see. Here's the red view. I'm going to change the background to red. Or a red color. And I'm going to wire it as the red view. See, hopefully this time I'll be able to get this correct. So that was the green view. So let me wire the red view. This one is green view. Nope, that's the green view. I want the red view that's underneath it. I want that one. Red view. Put this one back up there. So I want it, I'm just going to do my two. I'll do another one. Okay, I'll just do another one here real quick. Another view. See, every time I drop it in, it goes inside of another view. So I'll pull it out here. Okay, this pulled out. Okay, good. But then I've just changed. Oh well. There we go. So this one's going to be the last view. Actually, I can tell which one it is right here. Purple, red. I think the last one. This one. But it's, see, it's stuck inside. This one is the one I want. See, this is the problem I have with this. That's why I hate this. I know, it's inside. Oh, hold on a second. I'm just not patient with the clicking. I have the scene. It's right here. Get it out. Get it out. Pull it out. Pull it out. Let me change it around here. What do I? A yellow view. Make this guy yellow. Put a label on him. Call him yellow view. Yellow view. Actually, I can wire him out here too, or I could stick him back inside. Or I could stick him in here this way. There we go. So let me just make sure all my views are out. I got 3 views. What happened to my label? Here's my view. It's over here. Put my view back in here. That's why I hate this. Yellow label goes on top of my view. Ah, okay, so I think I actually got this. Well, I have 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. And there's a main root view. So I have 3 views inside of the root view. I have to change my dimensions of my yellow view to make it match the other ones. So let me just do that real quick. And then I'm done messing around with the views. I didn't wire it though. So this is why I don't like working with the views. It just can get kind of complicated logistically, because it's more of a tool thing than anything else. What am I changing the label again? It's the red one. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna leave mine alone. Mine is just gonna look funky. All right, so after you've got the, hold on a second. Now it's just, this is just messing with me. Somehow I moved it inside again. Anyway, once you have your views in here, mine's going to look funky. I'm just going to leave it alone. You want to make everything except for the last one. So you want to make 2 of them hidden. One of them is going to be in view. So the first one that you want to show up first from the first controller, it should be in the view first. So that one is going to be enabled. The other 2 are going to be disabled. Or hidden, I should say, not disabled. So I have, you know what, I didn't wire though. I need to wire that last view. So this one here, I can keep track of it by the colors. That's the red view. That's the yellow view. The yellow view, let me just change my covers. No, let me just make this official here. 320. 376. 188. Alright, so my yellow view is now conforming. And this one's going to be hidden, so I'm hiding them right up here. I'm hitting right underneath the color, the background color. So that one's hidden. That one is, the red one's not hidden. The yellow one's hidden, and the green one's hidden. So the red one's going to show up first, because that one's not hidden. And the yellow one here, I need to wire. Is that the right one? That's the green one. Yellow. Got the yellow one. So wire all of your views as properties. Call them all different shades of something or other. I got a little bit of room on the bottom here, so I'm going to... Oh, look at that. I can just move it up. There we go. Just move them back up to where they're supposed to be. Hey, mine actually looks pretty good now. As far as I can tell. No, I got a problem. This is... I told myself I wasn't going to do this one today because I hate this. This is not my style. Okay. Just gonna leave them alone right now. I'm gonna put a little controller on the bottom here. Okay, so go back to this tutorial here. You should have something that looks like this if you've done it correctly, if you're able to navigate the components correctly. And make them all hidden except for one. Now we're gonna add a UI segmented control. And we're gonna put the UI segment control on the bottom on the root view. Because when we press the control, it's gonna switch in between the other ones. If you have 3 views, put 3 of them out there. I'm not going to make my life simple. I'm just going to put 2 of them, I think. Or maybe I'll put 3 of them. Who knows? I just wish I can just move it up. Can I just move it up? No, it won't move up. Alright, I'm just going to sit here. Almost had it. You know what? I think my solution's better. It was bothering me, so I moved it. I'm going to put it back. Alright, just leave it alone now. So go back to the library and just type in segmented. Actually, here it's right here. It's the second one down. Segmented control. And stick this guy on the bottom. I have to make mine kind of thin because my views are all messed up. When you click on the control and you go over to the properties, you can set how many it's going to be showing. I'm going to put 3. So I'm changing the segments to 3. I'm going to make this a little bit wider. This is nothing though. This is not as bad as the, I shouldn't complain. This is not like Android. This is a dream compared to the Android interface. Alright. Alright, so I got my controller on the bottom, kind of ugly looking here. I'm going to change the labels on it now. So first I'm going to call this one green view. Second one, first is going to be called first. Green, red, and yellow. You can call it details. Seriously doubt I'm going to be able to line up the green and the yellow correctly, but we'll see what happens with this. I can go back there and change it theoretically. Alright, so I put the labels on here. If you change the segments up here to 3, it will add the 3rd one for you. And it's like an array. You have 0, 1, and 2. And right over here, you can change. I've just put 4 of them on there. So now I only have 3. They actually turn into buttons, actually. They work like buttons, actually. And then underneath it, you have segments that have a green, yellow. You can just put them like 1, 2, and 3, or view 1, 2, and 3 if you like, which is I believe. And you can actually put images on here, like a. Well, that was black. I don't think I want black on there, so I'm going to take the image off and put a title on here instead. What was that one? Yellow. Yellow. There we go. You can put images on there if you'd like to experiment, but I don't have any good images in here. So we'll just leave it alone. Got this far. That's all I'm asking for. So let's see. Created the 3 segments. Give the 3 segments some labels. It's all in the instructions if you didn't get that far. I wired them, but go ahead and wire your views if you haven't wired your views. I don't know if mine is wired correctly or not. We're also going to wire the value changed property of the segment we just added. We're going to wire this one to a property, a method called segmented value changed. I'm going to call it value changed because it's a little shorter. So in here, right mouse click on the, nothing is being selected right now. There we go. Right mouse click on the segmented controller. And we're looking for this concept down here where it says value changed. When the value changes, we're going to say, well, what value is it? Or what view is showing? And then we're going to go through each one. It's actually kind of simple. We're just going to go through the views and select which one we want to show for which one we clicked. Did we click the red one, the blue one, or the yellow one? So I'm going to put here changed. And this is a UI segmented control. So I'm going to change it to that because then later on I can look at this and go, hey, that's a UI segmented control and not a button or something else. I'm actually going to run mine right now because I don't want to add the code in if I'm going to have some weird messages from all of the moving around I got. I just want to make sure that the actual components show. Then I'll switch to the solution if it doesn't. Interesting, okay. So I got the red. The red view was my first view. I did the order of my buttons wrong, but I'm not caring about that right now. So we'll just leave that alone. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back to the instructions now. Then we need to add the code, actually. We need to synthesize the 3 views that we put in. So let's go ahead and synthesize it. I called mine something else. I called mine green view, red view, and yellow view. So I'm going to synthesize those properties up here. Green view, red view, yellow view. Okie dokie. And then the other thing we need to do is put in the method implementation for changed, or whatever you called it, actually. So let's take a look at that, actually. This is the interesting part. Here's not really that interesting. Add the method for the implementation here. So sender, just like the sender on the text box, text field, when we resign the first responder, we're calling to sender. Well, sender.selected segment index. We see index 0, 1, and 2. Those are the choices we have. Which one did you select? Case 0. This is where I screwed up my logic on the example. So I called them view 1, view 2, view 3. In what I just did, I called them red view, yellow view, red, orange view, or whatever view. You have to change the view numbers to what you viewed them as, but this is all the logic here. So when you press this button, selector 0, 1, and 2, you're going to show up the different views. So go ahead. I'm going to try to cut and paste this. Not the whole method, I'm just taking the inside parts of it. And I'm going to stick it in here, and then I'll change the names around. Okay, so I have a red view. Because at this point I don't care which one is which. And then I have a yellow view, no, red view, green view, and I have a yellow view. Did I call it red view? Or, oh, red view's got a lowercase v for me. Of course I have typos in here. So it's changing the hidden status to make it visible. So I'll make sure I have the same order here at least. Green view, red view. And this is going to be yellow view. Theoretically, this might actually work. I mean, I might actually have done a better job with this one than I did with the example I was trying to make earlier. Just cleaning it up here a little bit. My cutting and pasting isn't taking in line returns, so I'm putting the line returns in appropriately. Okay, so let me change this guy here. Red view. Green view, and yellow view. Okay, so for all intents and purposes, that's really the end of it, so I'm going to run it and see if mine's working. The concept is you've got a hidden value that you're changing the yes and no, and you're hiding and showing different views depending upon the control that you're clicking on the index. So you can do this with tabs, you can do this with, actually it's really interesting, you can do this with, oh look, the green view, the yellow view. Green, I don't know, green's hidden completely. Green, yellow, well, okay. My order of my things is totally mixed over. At least my labels are right though. The one in the background, you can hide. This one's not hidden. Remember I changed my background? So I could actually watch this if I wanted to. It'll make it black though. I can go to the root view, which is right here. Click on the property for the root view and make it hidden. Now when I run it, it's going to be black, I believe, but let's just take a look.
So for the root view, you don't have to synthesize it.
Nope, you don't have to synthesize the root view. You get it for you automatically. It's
Just self.view.
Yep, self.view actually works on that one. So you can change the root. You can put it all inside of the root view, or you can use them separately. Oh no, because I hid the because I hid the root view, I hid everything. Everything's inside of the root view. Bad idea. Don't hide the root view. So that's actually kind of an interesting experiment. So anyway, the purpose of this exercise was to show you how to use multiple views inside of a root view and the concept of switching back and forth. When you do that, what you're going to do is probably set a hidden property. Make it hidden, make it appear, make it disappear selectively by a control. So you can have buttons that do it, you can have, and then it also demonstrates the segment control here. You can put, like, and I made this look like a bar actually on the bottom. You can make it smaller. You can put as many items as you want on here. Looks like a tab bar controller, but it's not. So you can put images down here too. So you can make it look like a tab bar controller, actually. But I would rather use a tab bar controller, actually. These are separate views nested inside. So the assignment is going to have you do something like that. It's just an activity of frustration, if anything else. So, question on views inside of views inside of views. Let's look at something a little bit more normal. I'm going to stop this video.